All right, everybody. So this is going to be an interesting segment, and I'm a little worried it might get me into a bit of drama, but I don't think it will. I think we should be okay. For those of you guys that don't know, I think here's a good place to start. For those of you guys that don't know, one of my favorite video essayists, like history, edutainment YouTubers that is out there is Knowing Better. Knowing Better, I'm sure many of you guys watch Knowing Better. Many of you probably found out about Knowing Better from me reacting to Knowing Better, actually. And if that's the case, then I'm glad you found out about Knowing Better's content, because it's very good. You know better now. Yeah, very good content, very good. And if you guys might look back to like a year ago, you might remember that I did a reaction to Knowing Better's video on neo-slavery. Fantastic video. God, it was good. It left me... Like, there was literally a point in the video, the reveal of when the last American black chattel slave was freed, literally left me with, like, the cartoon jaw drop to the desk, like face. You know, that was my reaction to that information. I did a reaction video to it, and it's been up for a year now. It did pretty well, and, you know, I did my due diligence, as I normally do, with my reaction videos, where I make sure to give a lot of commentary. I don't just, like, sit there and say nothing. I typically, you know, like, double the length, at least double the length of the video I'm reacting to, like, with my reaction, you know? Because I've got so much to say, so many points to pause and, like, add commentary, and so many, like, interjections I want to make. So usually it ends up coming out a pretty much unrecognizable video from the video I reacted to. But Knowing Better has said, apparently, that he's not cool with people reacting to his videos in full on stream and uploading onto YouTube their reactions. I found out about this, because he messaged me, yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. He messaged me yesterday asking if I could take down, very politely, by the way, like, very politely. He even complimented my reaction video as being, like, you know, very not, like, like, very good reaction video. He complimented the video. It was very polite, but he asked me to take it down. And I have a policy of if I react to a video, and it's like a, you know, I'm reacting to it positively, it's not like a full-on, like, I'm responding to it and dismantling it piece by piece type video, which is most of my content. If a content creator comes to me and says, hey, I worked really hard in this video, you reacted to it and uploaded it on YouTube, can you take it down? Can you take it down? Personally, I'd prefer they claimed the revenue, because, like, honestly, I don't care about the money the video makes. If I would rather the YouTuber whose video I reacted to claim the video and get the ad revenue instead of the video having to go down, because, well, for reasons that I'll explain in a moment, but, like, I didn't offer it because it seemed like he was asking me explicitly to take the video down, but if it seemed like he was down for that, I would have absolutely been down to just, like, have him claim the revenue. Like, I prefer that, because the video gets to stay up. But he was very polite, and I privated the video, and that was the end of that. He even said when he uploads a new video in the future, if I want to react to it on stream, to let him know, and he might come into the chat to see my reaction live. So that's pretty cool. You guys might get to see Knowing Better live in my chat when he releases another video. So that could be pretty cool. That's pretty dope. I think that's pretty dope. But this kind of came from some tangential drama that happened on Twitter that I responded to, that Knowing Better had spoken on. And I think that's what kind of, like, led to this. Or at least, like, kind of brought it, like, to the forefront of his mind, right? So, another YouTuber that I have an immense amount of respect for and really enjoy the content of, CGP Grey, recently did something I'm not too happy about. I've looked into it, and by the looks of things, this is CGP Grey basically being an asshole, in my opinion. And I'm going to explain why I think this in a minute. I'm going to explain why I think that CGP Grey is an asshole in what he did, and why I like what Knowing Better did in our scenario, but why at the end of the day, I do actually disagree with their dislike of reaction videos, but I'm not going to like change how I do my policy of like taking down reaction videos that I do if people don't like them or like the person who made them doesn't want them up. But I do want to make my case. And I hope that Knowing Better watches this video, because I love his videos, and that would be very flattering for me. Because I'm really interested to see what his thoughts on my case are. So let's get into it. Basically, there is a YouTuber named Vlogging Through History who does, I believe is a history teacher as well. There's a lot of like ex-history teacher YouTubers or like history teacher YouTubers who are still doing history teaching. And he does videos where he's reacting to like an animated short, like generally like animated short, like very condensed history videos that are meant to like hit the algorithm at like a perfect prime amount of time of like 10 to 15 minutes and like, you know, go trending. Like that's the point of those videos. They're like history popularizing videos, and they do a great job of educating people. But his whole thing was to go over those videos in depth and to respond to them piece by piece and give his commentary and the context he could give as a history teacher from like a more condensed, like sort of fun-sized version of a history lesson on a given topic, right? And generally speaking, when this guy does reactions to a video, just like my reactions to videos, they tend to be 3 times the length of the video he's reacting to, 2 times the length of the video he's reacting to, at least 50% longer than the video he's reacting to, you know? He adds quite a bit of commentary, right? And recently, he did a reaction to 2 of CGP Gray's videos. He reacted to CGP Gray's video Rules for Rulers, which I'm just going to let you know right now is like a almost 10-year-old video, I believe. Like, it's a pretty old video. And one on flags that I don't remember the name of. Like, Vlogging Through History reacted to these videos, and CGP Gray issued on each of these videos a copyright strike. That is the, like, worst form of copyright infringement damage that can be done to someone's channel, is a copyright strike. 3 strikes and your channel's permanently yeeted. CGP Grey levied 2 manual, purposeful, and doubled down upon copyright strikes on this YouTuber for reacting to his content. No warning, no attempt to contact and ask to take it down first, like what Knowing Better did for me. No attempt to claim the revenue, even, like what most YouTubers do is just claim. Most YouTubers, when you react to their videos, you just get a message in your thing like, "Hey, this YouTuber claimed the revenue on your reaction." It's just like, I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I enjoyed reacting to the video. My audience is able to discover the video, and it was fun. You know, I did it for the entertainment value, you know, like people still discovered me, discovered the YouTube video I was watching. I still got subscribers and views from it. I didn't do it for the money. The money should go, honestly, to the YouTuber. Fine. Yeah, I don't care. I never have a problem when my videos get their monetization claim by the person I'm reacting to. Striked, though? That is an active, like, motion of legal action. A copyright strike, motioning to make a copyright strike on YouTube is taking legal action against somebody. And not only that, but in the case of strikes, the most severe form of punishment you can go after a channel with, that's literally attempting to destroy someone's channel and take away their livelihood. Vlogging Through History is a pretty big channel. This is his job, I'm pretty certain. Like, you're literally trying to take away someone's job. That's what CGP Grey is doing. And CGP Grey's defense, and a lot of other YouTubers that are friends with CGP Grey and like agree with him, along with Knowing Better, was that Vlogging Through History, and by extent my video reacting to CGP Grey's videos and my video reacting to Knowing Better's videos, are not transformative, and thus not fair use, because they show the entirety of the video in them. For these videos to be, like, actual fair use, transformative reaction videos, in their opinion, and the opinion of the law, to be fair, though I will say them getting their opinion on this from the law is a little, you know, iffy, especially because I think they both would agree on a lot of other issues. You shouldn't gather your, like, moral takes from what the law deems as good and bad, but, you know, the copyright system is criticized by many, but regardless, I respect their, like, it's their art. It is their art, so they get their say. Regardless, I do think this is pretty extreme of a standard to hold, because here's what I'll say. I'm a fan of reaction content. I like reaction videos. They aren't for everybody. A lot of people see them as very lazy and boring content and don't see the appeal in them. But if you're somebody who likes reaction videos, then you get it. Like, you get it and you like them. And you don't enjoy seeing this, like, cultural push against their existence. Instead, you just wish that these YouTubers could recognize that symbiosis can exist. For example, I really like this one video that's, like, about the scale of the universe. It's like, here's Earth, now let's start getting to the entire scale of the universe from there. And it's like a really mind-blowing video to watch on your own. But once the video's over and you've read the comments, that's it. Maybe you can show some friends the video or some family the video and they freak out. They're like, whoa, I didn't know that. Like, and you can get their reaction and that adds a little bit more fun to the video. But outside of that, like, that's it. That's the video. The video's done. It's going to get older. It's going to fade into irrelevance and obscurity deep in the algorithm as time goes by. That is just how the internet works. That is the nature of these things. Let's say a bunch of random YouTubers, though, do reaction videos to that video. This is an example I use because I seeked out a bunch of reaction videos to this video because I liked seeing people who had no idea how big our reality actually is, how big the universe actually is, react to the actual scale of it. They knew it was big, but they didn't know how big it was in comparison to something that they can actually visualize. And it's fun seeing people's entire understanding of the fabric of reality we exist in getting blown away. In the case of the Knowing Better video, I would assume he'd agree that it was fun to see people reacting to the reveal of how long slavery existed in America, that the last black slave in America was released in the 1940s during, like, around World War II. That's so recent. Most people would have assumed it was in the 1700s, or at the very least the early 1800s. No, the mid-1900s is when the last black American slave was released. A black American slave in fucking Kansas. I feel like there's a lot of merit to the concept of reaction videos as long as the reaction itself is actually, like, of an entertainment value that is drawing people in. And I think in that case, the algorithm really gets the job done for you, right? Like, the shitty reactions that are just a dude sitting there like, while the video plays aren't going to do well. They're going to drown in the algorithm. The ones that are actually, like, reactions that are adding entertainment value on top of the value of entertainment the video that's being reacted to already had, those are fun to watch. There's an entire community of those videos, and unfortunately a lot of creators really hate that type of content and hate those creators. And I can't really argue against them on, like, a principle ground. Like, I can't argue against how it feels to these content creators to, like, spend hundreds of hours working on this really high effort, high research video, then to have some streamer come along and, like, react to it. And sure, they put a lot of work into it, sure, but, like, was it really as much work as they put in, as the YouTuber whose video they're reacting to put into it? No, I'll be the first to tell you it's not. That's got, like, and to see them upload a video and then be able to make a living and to do well on YouTube off of a reaction to your content that took more time to make than your reaction did, more effort to make than your reaction did, it can feel hurtful. It can. I can understand that sort of, like, feeling, right? Personally, I don't feel that. I like, people reacting to my content or even re-uploading my content would make me feel, like, you know, happy. I like that. That's just my preference. But all of that aside, I do not like that CGP Grey is going after this Vlogging Through History channel. It is really unfortunate this guy's having to deal with it, and I think CGP Grey's being a dick. CGP Grey basically says you can't react to his videos if you like, show all of the video. And the reason why I don't like the standard that you can't show all of the video when reacting to it is because what if the entire video is worth reacting to, for starters? And two, that basically makes reacting to a video in a live format impossible in the way that is desired here. Like, I can't, like, unless you want me to skip through a video, like, and know where to go, like, that's a lot harder to pull off, like, that sort of, like, bits and pieces, relevant bits, like, type reaction. And it also cuts off the ability for people to enjoy, like, watching React content. The court ruled reaction content is fair use in the Ethan Klein case. Yeah, but it depends. Like, it depends. Trust me, when it comes to the American legal system, it depends holds a lot of fucking weight, okay? Anyway, these are all basically just feelings-based arguments, though. I want to actually make my actual legit case for why I think right now, in this current day and age, the anti-reaction and re-upload even fervor is actually outdated and kind of counterproductive. Up until fairly recently, and by that I mean like 6 months ago, maybe about a year ago, YouTube's algorithm had a really big problem. If you were, say, an animation YouTuber who put 100 hours, 300 hours into making a 5-minute animated video, uploaded it onto YouTube to a million viewers, and it got like 1 million views, and then some like reaction streamer, like a streamer who does react videos came along, and like they're like, oh, chat, you want me to react to this? Okay. And reacted to that video, and that video went up on YouTube. And mind you, at this time, a lot of those reactions would just be like Hassan getting up from his chair and being AFK for like 10 minutes while the video plays, or he's eating or whatever, like that kind of thing. Like, when that video goes up, there is a good chance that the YouTube algorithm prioritizes that video over the original video and drowns out the original video in the algorithm. There are many cases pre this more recent YouTube algorithm change where the original video that these big streamers will react to gets drowned out in the algorithm by the streamer reacting to it in their video going up. JXE had this happen to them because of Hassan. Yeah, back then, I was pretty much 100% on board with the React content is really cringe, unless, like, you're really reacting your ass off to that shit, right? I was pretty on board with that wave of things. But something started to change about 6 months ago. You see, I'm going to get more into this in another segment later in the stream that's more relevant to him, but I'm a big Mr. Beast fan. And if you don't know, Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber. He is the YouTuber. He is the #1 YouTuber. I'm a pretty big fan of Mr. Beast. I like his content. I wouldn't call myself a stan, but I like his content. I watch enough of it, you can call me a Mr. Beast fan. And I even defended him in a lot of the drama that's happened in the last few months. Even though I've had some light criticism, I've mostly defended him in all, like, the lefty anti-Mr. Beast discourse. Yeah, I criticize him, but I still like him. And I enjoy his videos. However, Mr. Beast pretty much knows how the YouTube algorithm works better than anybody else. If your problem with reaction videos is one of the, is my content going to get drowned out? Is my content going to suffer in some way from other people reacting to it or even re-uploading it? If that is your concern, Mr. Beast is the guy who would know the answer to that. You guys agree with that, right? Like, if Mr. Beast told you what take you should have on this issue, as a YouTuber, you'd probably want to adapt that position, right? Hypers in chat if you agree. Like, Mr. Beast tells you, hey, you're wrong on this, you should believe this instead. You would change your opinion if you were a YouTuber and he's giving you this YouTuber advice, right? He is the #1 guy. He's the biggest guy. I think he knows what he's talking about. He's got entire teams dedicated to analyzing the algorithm. So on and so forth. Well, Mr. Beast recently tweeted this. Okay? Now, on its own, it doesn't really mean much, but bear with me. He recently tweeted this. If you are a streamer or a YouTuber and ever want to react to our videos, go for it. I don't mind. Now, obviously, this could be interpreted as like, oh, he's just being generous or whatever, right? Like, that. Okay, yeah, that is true. It is quite generous to do that. He did turn off the content ID on his videos, so you don't get striked or taken down for watching his videos live anymore. However, Mr. Beast actually elaborated on a podcast exactly why he is okay with people reacting to his content and even re-uploading it. And not only that, but why he tells his other YouTube friends they're stupid if they strike people that re-upload their content. Here's Mr. Beast's take with the more modern YouTube algorithm.
I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers the other day. He's like, all these people keep re-uploading my videos on TikTok. And he sent me this one TikTok with like 30 million views where it was just a part of his video. And I was like, I just called him. I was like, you fucking dipshit. You know how many people of that 30 million had no clue who you were? How many views I drove to your videos? I was like, what the fuck are you going on about? You want to strike this? And then after I like really laid it out, he's like, you know, you're right. I won't say who.
He's talked about this exact thing other times as well. I just don't have clips on hand to play, like to show it. But Mr. Beast has gone on record to say that people reacting to, re-uploading, clipping, and spreading around of all forms his content has been vital to his growth and sustained presence as the #1 YouTuber. He knows better than anybody else. If you're a YouTuber who makes high-effort videos that take you, and Knowing Better is a good example of this, CGP Grey is a good example of this. If you're a YouTuber who makes high-effort, long-form videos that are, like, really prepared content, and it takes a lot of time and effort to make those videos, at least according to Mr. Beast, the best thing you can have done for your content is to have a bunch of live streamers reacting to it, at least right now with how the algorithm is right now, have a bunch of live streamers reacting to it, uploading their reactions, and keeping your video relevant in the algorithm. Because the way that this works now is, one, the reaction videos obviously drive traffic to your video or to your channel if they enjoyed the video that was reacted to. Like, if a bunch of people watch XQC react to a video and they really liked the video XQC reacted to, they're going to seek out that channel, obviously. But that doesn't matter much if YouTube isn't promoting as well. And also if the YouTuber that's doing the reacting isn't promoting the video as well. You got to like link the video you're reacting to, obviously. You got to support the creator you're, reacting to. That's like basic YouTube etiquette. But on top of that, YouTube itself has now adapted the algorithm to account for the fact that if you watch a reaction to a certain video, YouTube knows you liked the video that was being reacted to based on viewer retention and know to recommend the original video to you to watch raw. That's part of the reason why JCS Criminal Psychology got big. That's exactly why JCS Criminal Psychology got so big. I imagine the vast majority of you learned about JCS Criminal Psychology from streamers reacting to them. That is how I learned about them. It is why they got my sub. They actually recently came back, too. Good for them. They're doing well, too. My point is, I don't actually know why Knowing Better doesn't like, reaction videos, existing. And I'm not arguing that he should be, that he's bad for wanting me to take down my reaction to his video. But considering that, like, this drama with CGP Grey and Knowing Better politely asking me to take down the video and the Mr. Beast stuff coming out all at the same time, it just felt right to me to make this video, to give my current stance and to, like, update many of you guys who literally may just not know about the current state of YouTube's algorithm, the way things go now. For all I know, like, Knowing Better was under the impression that YouTube's algorithm was still drowning out the original video whenever reactions get uploaded. And he's like, I appreciate it, man, but, like, you're kind of hurting my video's performance with your video existing. If that was what he thought, then I would hope he sees this video so he knows that wasn't the case, especially with older videos. If we go back to the CGP Grey video, the Rules for Rulers one, that video's like almost a decade old, I believe. That video's just not relevant in the algorithm anymore. That video's not likely to be pulling in many views. I guarantee you, when that video got a reaction done to it, the views on it spiked. You can look at a timeline of per video, a timeline of when views came in, and you can see where the spike would have happened. And now that there's no downside to having your videos reacted to, and you can even claim the revenue so that the original video maker receives all the revenue made by the reaction video, when all of those things are options, definitely striking the channel is just evil, in my opinion. Like, it's actively malicious. It's an actively, like, spiteful move. Even if he is in his rights to do it, is spiteful and malicious and cruel, I think. But even just having to take down the video, it seems unnecessary, because at this point, reaction videos, as long as they're done right, essentially function as a mutually beneficial relationship. And even the #1 YouTuber there is agrees with this, so much so to the extent that he lets people just re-upload his videos, because getting his name out there, getting, like, his content getting out there means more people seeing it, which always means more people being part of his fan base and helping his bottom line. He recognizes that. He can see, you know, past the what's right in front of him into the future. There are a lot of benefits to get from the current meta of reaction content, as long as it's done well and not lazily. And yeah, I don't think vlogging through history deserves the 2 strikes. I still respect the hell out of Knowing Better. I still have a lot of respect for CGP Grey, though I've lost a lot of it. And God, I think my heart would probably pound out of my chest if CGP Grey saw this video and, like, had any type of response to it. Even if it was a disagreeing response, it would be amazing if CGP Grey heard out my arguments and, like, had a response. But I think I might, like, piss myself if he saw this video and was like, oh shit, I didn't know that, and then, like, cooled it. That's my hope. I really do hope. When this video goes up, I might even send it to Knowing Better. So there's a good chance that maybe that can happen, but we shall see. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. I hope you guys agree with me. Please leave your takes down below in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about all this, especially with Mr. Beast now saying that having your videos reacted to is a good thing and you're an idiot if you want to take it down. Like, Mr. Beast, like, I feel like Mr. Beast's position on this should kind of, like, move the cultural opinion on reaction content a bit. We're in a new time. Times have changed.